Hello and welcome to Dragon Age Origins. I don't have my background up right now just because it's nighttime and the lighting wouldn't work out. And it's actually been quite a while since I've played this game. It was actually on my old computer that I started the playthrough of it, and I think I did about 4 videos. I started a 5th, but then I kept dying on the ogre in the Tower of Ishal. So I, on my new computer, I replayed up until this point, because my save didn't carry over. And I made sure to do pretty much all the same choices up until this point. I've played an elf mage, and we did the intro for that going into the Fade. We got recruited into the Grey Wardens. We're now helping the king fight the Darkspawn and the coming Blight. So I hope you'll join me as we play through some of that right now. So I actually did just kill the ogre. His body is gone, and all that remains is this pile of blood. Oh, there's the beacon right here. Okay, so we actually are on the right spot. I think what I'm gonna do is get these barrels first.
Got it.
I've been trying to get everything that I can by pressing tab. Looks like the beacon.
Sound the retreat.
But what about the king? Should we not...
Do as I command.
Pull out! All of you, let's move!
Damn low gain. What a bloody mess. Another ogre. Great. Get him, Duncan. Gonna die?
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
Yes. Where am I?
Back in the wilds, of course. I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and I have just bandaged your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
She rescued me. You mean from the tower?
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The Darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
My friend? You mean Alistair?
The suspicious dim-witted one who was with you before, yes. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
I have some questions, if you don't mind.
I do not mind. Take your time.
Are we safe here? Where are the Darkspawn?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the Darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The Horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
How did she manage to rescue us exactly?
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
Much, much higher.
What a sensible attitude. Mother is seldom sensible, however.
Are there any other survivors besides us?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why? What's happening?
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
Yes, please.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and Darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
So those survivors could be rescued?
If you are willing to run into the midst of the Horde, perhaps.
Why did Terran Logain abandon the king?
I do not know who this Logain even is. Perhaps ask Mother of it.
I think I've asked enough questions.
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Okay, I guess, thanks,
You
Morgan.
must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of Darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
Were my injuries severe?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The Darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
What about Alistair? Is he alright?
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
Why does your mother want to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
I will go then.
I will stay and make something to eat.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
It takes more than a few Darkspawn to kill me.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the King. They're all dead. Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower. Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
So why did you save us?
Well,
We cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
The land is hardly united thanks to Loghain.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
We should contact the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Kaelin already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
What could a Terran hope to gain by betraying the king?
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
Earl Eamon? The Earl of Redcliffe?
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Keep in mind that Loghain was also an honorable man.
The Arl would never do what Tairn Loghain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Al-Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
Surely there are other allies we can call on.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Al-Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do?
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
I don't suppose you could offer any more help?
Now that you mention it, I do have one more thing to offer.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance, whatever the form.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you speak your mind.
You will regret saying that.
Dear sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always said, if you want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
We need all the help we can get.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
Actually, I have some questions.
I may have answers. Ask.
Tell me about this village to the north.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travelers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
How are we going to get past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense any Darkspawn.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. It is important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
What skills do you have exactly?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Never mind him. You don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
Are you really Flemeth's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
I'm just wondering her age.
She would no more tell me than you, I assure you.
Have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
I have no more questions.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Okay, so we got some people approving. We've got some Got some reading to do. Plymouth. Ages ago, legend says that Bon Conabar took his wife to a beautiful young woman who harbored a secret talent for magic. Plymouth of Highever. And for a time they lived happily until the arrival of a young poet, Osen, who captured the lady's heart with his verse. They turned to the chastened tribes for help and hid from Conabar's wrath from in the wilds, until word came to them that Conabar lay dying. His last wish was to see Plymouth's face one final time. The lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conabar killed Osen and imprisoned Plymouth in the highest tower of the castle. In grief and rage, Plymouth worked a spell to summon a spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Plymouth into an abomination. A twisted, maddened creature, she slaughtered Conabar and all his men, and fled back into the wilds. For 100 years, Plymouth plotted, stealing men from the chastened to sire monstrous daughters. Horrific things that could kill a man with fear. These Kakari witches led an army of chastened from the wilds to strike at the Olamari tribes. They were defeated by the hero Cormac, and all the witches burned, so they say. But even now the Wilders whisper that Plymouth lives on in the marsh, and she and her daughters steal those men who'd come too near. Morgan's mother saved the last Grey Wardens from death at the top of the Tower of Vishal. Just who or what Plymouth truly is a mystery. We got Earl Eamon. He's the maternal uncle of King Kaelin. He is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe, while not large or especially wealthy, is a critical strategic location. The fortress guards the western pass that leads into Orlais, as well as the major trade route with Orzammar. A well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Kaelin once said of him, quote, "My uncle Eamon is a man everyone thinks well of, even when they remember to think of him at all." Duncan was killed in the battle against overwhelming numbers of Darkspawn at Ostagar alongside King Kaelin. He fell at the battle alongside Duncan at Ostagar, and that's about King Kaelin. So, Alistar is a novice Templar, and Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. His mother was a serving girl who died when Alistair was very young. He was raised by Eamon Gweren, Earl of Redcliffe, for a time. So, Morgan. Of herself, Morgan says little. She does not deny being a witch of the wilds, but beyond that, everything about her is in question. Her mother claims to be Plymouth. If that's true, then Morgan might as well be a very powerful witch. For the tales of the daughters of Plymouth tell of twisted, monstrous women who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens, the payment Plymouth said for saving their lives at the Tower of Vishal. We got some more info about the Archdemon. We got things here. Ooh, the ogre. Grey Warden lore urges caution when slaying an ogre. Unless it is ensured that they have received a major wound to the head or the heart, it is possible that they are lying dormant and will regenerate to full health within a matter of minutes. During a blight, most Grey Wardens recommend burning all Darkspawn to ashes, dead ogres in particular. Interesting. Okay, so we got some quest updates. So we gotta... Oh yeah, so when I replayed this, I got the box for Rigby's Last Will and Testament. I also found the chastened cache that was described by them, which is why I'm wearing the chastened outfit with the boobies. That's why I've got all that. So, Broken Circle. Gather the mages of the circle for your army. Gain the cooperation of the Dalish clans. Gain Orzamar's aid in the battling blight. Seek out Earl Aemon. Alistair thinks she should seek out the help of Earl Gweren, the Earl of Redcliffe. Earl Aemon is a highly respected noble. Alistair, seek out Earl Aemon. Alistair thinks that you should seek out the help of Aemon Gweren, the Earl of Redcliffe. The Earl Aemon is a highly respected noble and has a great deal of influence in the Landsmeet. Alistair believes that he will certainly aid you once he learns about Logain's betrayal. Okay. And Alistair leveled up. What do I want to give him? I want to give him strength. I want to give him willpower. And constitution. Let's get master combat training. This character is highly experienced in combat and gains small bonuses in armor and attack. Warriors and rogues gain access to top tier weapon talents. Mages can take more damage from an attack before it interrupts their spellcasting. That's actually pretty useful. Let's do threaten. And off we go, I guess. Is there anything over here? There really isn't. Okay, goodbye. Ooh, the map. Okay, so we're going from Plymouth's Hut to Lothering, small town just off the Imperial Highway at the edge of the hinterlands. We have come across an incident on the way. General.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Aemon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
Dun, dun, dun. Dun. And here we are, out on the road. Puppy. Okay, let's go to tactics. Morgan, I want you to be ranged. There we go.
Twisted creatures.
Okay, lightning. Actually, get around Alistair here, and let's do a cone of lightning. Light drain.
Down you go.
Wow, lots of hurlocks. Lots of hurlocks.
Watch in horror as I rip you apart. More blood. Where's the next one? All right.
He wags his tail happily in pants. I think this is the Mabare I helped cure back at Ostagar.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
Always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. Ooh, enter a name for the dog. Oop. Luthrian found this Mabari in the camp at Ostagar. His master was killed in the wild, and Soup fell ill from biting the Darkspawn in battle. Soup seems to have chosen Luthrian as his new master now, seeking Luthrian out after the battle at Ostagar and warning of an impending Darkspawn attack. Queen Honora. We have been given the gift of freedom by our forebears. Let us not squander it. End quote. The only child of the war hero Loghain Mactyr, Honora has never been one to stay quiet in the background. It is common knowledge that in the 5 years Honora and Kaelin held the throne together, she was the one wielding the power. She is held in much higher esteem than her husband by the people of Ferelden, nobility and commoners alike, and commands the respect even of foreign nations, having once inspired Empress Celine of Orlais to declare Honora of Ferelden is a solitary rose among brambles. Then Tegan Gwern, the Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it. The younger brother to Arl Aemon of Redcliffe and the uncle to King Kaelin. Tegan holds the Banorn of Rainsfair, a tiny province of Redcliffe squeezed between the Frostback Mountains and Lake Calenhad. Ban Tegan avoids the Denerim court except to go hunting with his nephew, and rarely makes himself heard at the Landsmeet, preferring to leave politics to his brother. Party approval. Party approval's at the bottom here. Yeah. Yay, soup. Okay. Let us go.
Very well.
Oh wait, no. I didn't realize that was Alistair. Let's keep going.
Wake up, gentlemen. More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others, you know. Maybe we should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers and you're free to move on.
You should listen to your friend. We're not refugees.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Heinrich. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
You're toll collectors, then.
Indeed, for the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
You're fixing the highway? I think not.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do shut up. Even a Genlock would have understood that.
Forget it. I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right. We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Do you really want to fight a mage?
A mage? Ah, I don't want to be a toad.
Nobody's turning you into a toad, you sniveling bastard. You know, I hear a mage falls as quickly as anyone when stabbed. Let's finish this, gents.
Yeah!
Okay, we got some reading to do. We got some quests. We're getting into Lothering. And it is Genlock, not Genlock. Okay, bandit leader. Let's see. Let me heal myself.
Begin the on.
Let's see some blood.
Oh no. I didn't realize my health was so low. Crap.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
Get by? You're a criminal.
Yes, I'm a criminal. I admit it. I apologize.
You follow my lead. I could use some soldiers.
What, are you joking, right? I could never be a soldier.
Hand over everything you've stolen.
Yes, of course. The coins we collected are right here. Just over 100 silvers. The rest is in the chests we brought. I swear.
Okay, I want some questions answered.
Well, what could I tell you? We aren't even from these parts.
What exactly have you been doing then?
Well, watching for folks fleeing from the south. Chasing from the wilds and farmholders, mostly. There aren't soldiers here anymore, so we help ourselves. We try not to hurt anyone too much.
What's going on in Lothering?
It's packed full. The band took his men north with Tear and Loghain, so there's no one looking out for it except a few Templars at the Chantry. Well, I was just trying to feed my family, you know?
Have you heard about any survivors from the battle?
Couple, maybe. A group of wounded ash warriors came by earlier. Got right out of their way.
What news have you heard?
Everyone's saying how the Grey Wardens betrayed the king during the Darkspawn fight. Got him and themselves killed. Tear Loghain pulled out just in time. First thing he's doing as regent is putting a bounty on Grey Wardens.
I'm done asking questions.
Well then, let me go!
I'm turning you into the authorities.
But there aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
Then I'll execute you here.
I'm not going down without a fight!
Okay. I got a head trauma. Ugh. I died again. Oh, it's because I was trying to drink the mana potion.
Such a shame.
What's that? Head trauma and a cracked skull. Damn. Dead Templar. Knight's Locket. There's a tiny painting of a pretty brown-haired young woman. It's impossible to tell who the woman might be, but whoever owned the locket was quite fond of her. This crumpled note was written by Sir Henrik, a knight of Redcliffe. When the Templar was slain by bandits? You have arrived in Lothering and may rest and resupply here. Past the village lies the Imperial Highway, the road that runs through all of Ferelden. The highway will take you to the various places you need to go. Redcliffe, the Brazilian Forest, the Circle of Magi's Tower, and the Dwarven city of Orzammar. Note from Sir Henrik. So many of my fellow knights have been searching for the urn. Surely one of them must have found Brother Genetivi by now. Still, until I hear that all is well, I must proceed as planned. Brother Genetivi holds the key to find the urn of the sacred ashes. We always knew this. But I believe I now know where Brother Genetivi lies. I have been to his home in Denram and I found the trail, and I am amazed that the other knights have not done likewise. Unless they have? No, it is best not to get caught up in the thoughts of conspiracy. Sir Donald awaits my report in Lothering. I must go to him immediately and report what I have learned. Should anyone find these ramblings, all I ask is that he be informed of my fate. I pray that he complete what I cannot. And then we got a note about Lothering as well. In ancient times, Lothering was a little more than a trading post that served the fortress of Ostagar to the south. Nowadays, it is larger, serving Redcliffe and the community of merchants and the surface dwarves near Orzammar. Its location to the North Road gives a strategic value, so control of Lothering has historically been a matter of contention between the southern Banorn and the south reach Arling. King Caelan had himself stepped in and awarded the town to the south reach of the Exalted Age, which has largely ended the feud, or at least the appearance of it. Okay, we got some money from the bandits. We got some stuff from the crates here. What? Oh.
Well, there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing.
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
What did you want to talk about, Alistair?
His navel, I suspect. He certainly has been contemplating it for long enough.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
We should try and use these treaties, I assume.
I agree. Have you looked at them?
What do you mean?
The treaties, the ones we got from Flemeth. With these, we will be able to ask for assistance. Maybe even raise an army. There are three main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Is there a way to contact the Grey Wardens?
Short of leaving Ferelden to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
then we need to find these people.
I can give you directions if you like.
Where do we find Earl Eamon?
He'll be at Castle Redcliffe, in the far western part of Ferelden, next to the mountain passes. If he isn't there, someone will be able to tell us where he is.
Won't the Circle of Magi do what the Chantry says?
Technically, the Circle of Magi is independent. We don't know that the Chantry won't support us, of course.
You truly believe that?
If we speak to the first Enchanter, he should see that his responsibility to the Grey Wardens supersedes anything the Chantry or even Tanlo Gain might have to say about it.
Where would Logain be exactly?
If he isn't out in the field with his army, he's probably going to be at the palace in Denerim. We can go to Denerim, but somehow I suspect that they're not going to let us just walk around. Only a suspicion, of course.
I don't need any more directions.
Then you have a plan.
I'm ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Lothering. Let's just check out the beginnings of Lothering. Or should I leave it for next time? Yeah, I've got this whole refugee camp, a whole lot of people I want to talk to. So, we got Soup, our Mabari, we got Morgan, we got Alistair. Lutheran's got a head wound and a cracked skull, and I'm actually gonna heal that. No, I didn't mean to drink that. Damn it. Let's heal this head wound. Alright, let's save this. Lothering. Alright, well, thank you for joining me. I'm excited to get back into playing Dragon Age Origins. It's a game that I look back on fondly, and I'm really excited to play through the series. So I hope you'll join me next time. I want to give... Soup, you good? I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon members. Without their support, I couldn't do what I do. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and take care.